Hello everybody and welcome back to the Fortress of Solitude. Today we're going to be checking out Green Arrow issue 16 by Joshua Williamson, Amanke Nahyul-Pan and Sean Isaacs. Oliver Queen finally confronts Bright, the villain who he's been forced to work with while allied with Waller, and a character we keep being told is from another world and knew that other Earth's Oliver and hated him for it. On the wings of the Bureau's plane, Team Arrow defeats Bright and his guards, with Oliver and Connor fighting Bright while blindfolded to counter his light attacks. It felt like a little bit of a cop-out. We've seen Bright's light is so powerful it can pierce the masks every other user of masks has and can blind them, actually properly blind them. But Oliver just is beating him by basically wearing sunglasses, and it feels a little lackluster. It's cool seeing father and son team up to take down a villain, and Nahyul-Pan and Sean Isaacs do a stellar job of the action sequences in this issue, making it quite visceral and fast-paced. As they fight, Bright reveals that he is indeed from Earth 3 and he was that world's White Lantern, and part of a team called the Insiders, the opposite of the Outsiders, and he was best friends with Deadeye, the Earth 3's Oliver Queen. But during Brightest Night, Oliver betrayed him for his ring and left him for dead. That is until Waller found him and rebuilt him in his new robotic monstrous body, promising that he'll have a chance at revenge. As suspected, this was pretty lackluster of a backstory, and since we never knew this character before his transformation, and this is the first time we've actually seen him, seen an Earth 3 White Lantern, it just doesn't hit home and really feels like it was made up at the last minute, which is really unlike Williamson since he's usually so careful with how things are shown and play out, and he's very good at planning, as seen over in his Superman book. Oliver manages to push Bright off the plane, confident that he will survive the fall thanks to his thick armor, and he takes control of the plane. He flies them all to the Hall of Order, where much to my shock and Team Arrow's shock, Oliver has the entire team arrested. Now, I was sure this was Oliver's moment to rebel with his family. He's defeated Bright, he's there with his family, he's got Ivo. I thought this was going to be his chance to return to the superhero community. He's got a chance to now beat the Amazos, with Ivo now being there, the original creator of the Amazos. But no, I quite like that they're just doubling down on him turning against the heroes. As the team are imprisoned, Oliver shows Ivo the plans for Task Force 7, and Ivo tells him that they now all possess chrono healing, which makes them effectively invulnerable thanks to Time Commander's hourglass being installed in every single one of them, something we saw happen over in the Ground Zeroes tie-in at the start of the event, and something we've seen the Amazos utilize whenever the heroes get close to defeating them across this entire event. After learning what he can from Ivo, Oliver, interestingly enough, lets him go, which even the villain is shocked at, thinking the hero really has turned a corner. Later in the Hall of Order basement, Oliver builds a mysterious device that uses Time Commander's hourglass as well as the contents of Martian Manhunter's box that he dug up at the start of last issue. So now I think I know what the box is going to be used for. So its initial use is to destroy the Justice League, and I thought that might be what they might be doing thanks to the cover of the final issue of Absolute Power, showing the Justice League being attacked by a green power, which is what's in this box. But I think it's going to actually be used against the Amazos, being that the Amazos are effectively the Justice League at the moment. They have now copied all of the Justice League's powers and even their moralities, effectively making them copies of the Justice League. And I could see Oliver utilizing this little known fact and turning that on Waller and having this device destroy the Amazos, which would be really quite cool. It's kind of a smart play, and obviously this does not absolve him of everything that he has done for Waller while in the service of her. He's done some pretty horrible things to his fellow superheroes, and I'm intrigued to see what Williamson and other writers will do with Oliver after this event, and how they will repair his image in the eyes of all of these other heroes. As Oliver works away, Black Canary, Zatanna, and Dr. Light enter via the Dark Roads from the Superman tie-ins, and Black Canary demands Oliver explain himself and what he is doing. And Oliver of course gives her the old he's doing what needs to be done for his family, and activates the intruder alarm to come and catch Black Canary and the other heroes. Dinah tells him that they are about to storm Gamora in one final battle and asks him to come with her, but he refuses, and the heroines leave Oliver to deal with Waller, who knows that war is coming for them and he needs to be ready to help her. Green Arrow issue 16 really fell short on the bright reveal, delivering a very lackluster story about the villain, and one that I just can't feel myself liking or being compelled to like. It's just not interesting at all. The book did excel at looking at Oliver's descent into villainy as he continues to side with Waller, with Williamson using his journey to literally dig up some really cool old storylines left over from the Scott Snyder Justice League era and work them into the overall plot of Absolute Power. And if it's going to go the way I think it's going to go, it's going to be pretty cool. I think it's going to be really interesting and very satisfying as someone who's read the story of the box that was given to him by Martian Manhunter all those years ago in the Scott Snyder run, and having that finally pay off here and finally have a reason to exist is going to be quite interesting and very satisfying, I think. I'm going to give this issue a 7 out of 10.